आप इसमें बोल रहे हैं राइट?
किसमें? Hello. We will wait a little bit more. There are more people to join, so we'll wait a few more minutes and then we can start. If you have any question, it's a live chat available. You can just mention your questions here. So by the time people join us, we can have some question answers. So let's start. I'll introduce myself. My name is Santosh Suryavanshi. I'm regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and my office here in Calgary, Alberta. My office located in Calgary, Alberta. I do a lots of immigration work for people who are willing to come to Canada. We help them to find job. We help them to complete their paperwork, and then we get them here. So basically, we are established in 2014. We are working since last 7 years, and my main job is my company's main profile is to recruit hospitality students, hospitality workers in the jobs in Canada. That's my main job. Like that's my company's main profile. So we have a network of different employers. Like we have hotels and restaurants. We also have some retail stores. They are tie up with us for their recruitment need, and we help them to find a right talent for them. So basically this is my profile. We help people and help employer to match candidate and employer. We help candidate and employer to match, and then recruit them, and we do their immigration work. This is basically the nature of job what we do. So this is uh, a short introduction of my company. Now we will start about a main topic. The topic is get ready. So topic is get ready for hospitality job. Hospitality job. If I wanted to introduce myself, if I wanted to go a little bit back in history, like 15 years back, in 1999, I have completed my hotel management from one of the institute in Pune, MSIHMCT. So I completed hotel management program. In 1999, I passed out. After that, I worked with Hotel Holiday in Pune itself, and then I worked with a cruise ship. So I joined cruise ship in 2004, and in 2007, I left job at the cruise ship, and in 2008, I joined Fairmont Hotels in Canada as a cook. When I joined as a cook in 2008, I found this Canada is really rewarding country. I was working with Fairmont Hotels as a cook, and then I got a lots of promotions until 2014, from a cook to my last position when I left Fairmont Hotels in 2014. I was a chef. So this is really rewarding career. This is really there are, if you have a challenge, if you have a commitment towards your employer and your job, you get a lots of promotion. So this country is very much fair, right? If you work hard, you'll get promotion. If you work hard, there is a rewarding career for you. So I always thankful to this hospitality industry that gives me so much of so much of things in my life. Like it gave me good job, good life, standard of life. I increase my standard of life, and there are lots of things I got. Like it's a better community here, better country here, better living standard here. There are it's there are lots of benefits of Canada itself. So I get all those things. I remember, when I was in India, that things were very difficult. So I don't want to discourage you. I just wanted to explain you how things was for me when I was just starting my career in hospitality in India. When I passed out in 1999, like when I finished my program in 1999, I was really unemployed for 1 year. It was very tough. You have spent so much of money on your education. You spend, in lakhs for your education, 3 years, 4 years education. Education in India is very expensive. Now, then your parents, they have lots of hopes from you, and then they don't have, parents don't, sometimes parents don't have capacity to, give education with from their savings, so they take educational loan. So, and that loan is also very huge amount. It's not like a few thousand, it's in the lakhs. So when they take a loan, there is a definitely obligation for them to repay that loan. And besides that loan, education loan, they also have regular ongoing expenses. So it's very tough for parents when you are completing studying, and when especially they take your education loan, then it's very tough. So basically, even some people, they don't do education, like they have experience in hospitality. The expenses in India, it's really really tough, like it's really growing expenses. And then compared to that expenses, what salary we get in hospitality sector in India, hospitality profession in India, is not comparatively that high. You see, there are people who work in software industry, they get very high quality life. But hospitality professionals in IT sector or any other sectors, there are really different type of, standard of life. And but hospitality life is very tough. You have to struggle a lot. You have to go to the work. You don't have your personal life at all. You have to go. There is a check-in time, but there is no checkout time when you enter into the hotel or restaurant. Like if you work in a banquet, if you there are lots of people experience this. If they work in a banquet, they can go like in a 10 o'clock in the morning. They finish their duty 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the night, straight 12, 14 hours. It's a tough life, and everybody know about it, how how difficult life is. So my topic is, I when we were struggling in hospitality industry at the beginning, and when you have expenses to bear, so you have basically low income and your expenses are higher, right? In that scenario, people don't survive a lot, so they start quitting this hospitality. And my topic is today, do not quit. There are definitely, this career is definitely rewarding career. Like if you start working in hospitality industry, initial stage, it's always tough for everybody. It's not only hospitality industry, it's everywhere. At the beginning you have to have a struggle, a lots of struggle. But that struggle make you strong in your life. That struggle make you qualified for your future opportunities. So that initial struggle, you have to do it, like next first two to 3 years, you have to really work and stay in hospitality industry. And then once you start going ahead, once you get some experience, and definitely look for other option. Now now when you have a very good experience, like 2 to 3 years experience, definitely your personality also change. You know how to behave, you know how to, convince your clients, you know how to, convince your management that you have ability to get the job done. And that gives you promotion. And once you start getting promotion, you are, the struggle get a little bit, smoother, like you don't have to struggle a lot. And when you get that experience, then you have also opportunity to work abroad. And then after 2 to 3 years, you definitely try to find a job in Canada. Okay. Now when this happened, there are struggle, there are expenses in India, right? And then there are, you are getting confidence about your career, right? You start getting promotions, so you develop your personality, and that become your asset. And once you put all your stuff, like this is your profile. Now when you create your portfolio and put in front of Canadian employer, they definitely consider about your application for a job. So main today's main topic is you have to create your portfolio, become eligible, and see what employer in Canada expecting from you. Mold yourself according to the expectation of employer in Canada, and then apply, and then you will get, there are chances that you will get a job in Canada much easily, and we can help you in that. Our company help you in that to find a job, to find employer in Canada if you are very well qualified. So what is very well qualified definition? So basically, we don't need very high qualification. You just need to have this is the qualification we will talk a lot about in future. Whenever if you wanted to come to Canada, this qualification is very very important. Okay, this is not really high qualification standard, it's just the basic qualifications I need, but your personality should be to the top level. You understand me? There are two things. One is your background, your qualification, and second thing, your personality. Okay? Employer is not looking for any employer in India or in Canada. Employer definitely don't look at your qualification certificates. They look at the personality. So there are two different things. Okay, I need those qualifications document for to process your visa. That's very very important. So I also need your personality, develop personality that shows that you are confident, you are very well suitable for the jobs in Canada. It's for employer. So there are two different things. Do not mix it up. I need qualification, I need document for your process your visa. That's a different thing, and we are talking about that right now. And then we will talk about your qualification, job, like your ability to uh, get the job done for your employer. Okay, for documented wise, I need your hotel management degree. I also need your 3 years experience in the field which you are going to get jobs in Canada. If you are chef, I need your 3 years experience as a chef. If you are looking to come as a front office manager, you have to have at least 3 years experience as a front office manager. If you are getting a job as a restaurant supervisor or restaurant captain, you should have that experience at least for 3 years in India or in abroad. So that will help me to convince visa office that you are eligible to get the job done if you come to Canada. So your hotel management degree is important. Your 3 years experience in the same field is required. Along with that, I need your good proficiency in English. Now, what is good proficiency in English? They have IELTS. Now, not lots of people, they are actually aware of how things work for Canada immigration. So everybody is aware of what is IELTS. It's the English language testing. That's an official test for English by Canada. You have to have, if you are going for skill level B job, like supervisory level job or cooks or restaurant supervisor, then you need to have at least 5 band score IELTS. And if you're going for managerial level job, then you have to have at least 6 band score in each module of IELTS. So that's important that you have to have English proficiency. Our office, there are lots of people saying that we will do your work permit without IELTS. That may be possible, but at our office, we want your IELTS for sure. Without IELTS, we don't go ahead. If you don't have IELTS at this moment, that still be okay. We can judge your English, and once we at our level see, okay, you have a good English proficiency, we can start working for you. And simultaneously, before your visa process, you have to give that IELTS to us. So it's very important for us to have IELTS. So your first of all, I need your English proficiency. I also need your education qualification, and I need your at least 3 years experience. That's a minimum requirement I need. Now, besides that, besides this, I want, like, this requirement for visa process. Besides this, I want you to get selected from the employer. Now, what is the employer? What are the employer requirement? I will discuss about it. Before that, I wanted to tell you something very important, that if you suppose if someone has the restaurant or hotel in Canada, what they are looking for, they are definitely looking for a person who are eligible to work for me. So their expectation is, so their expectation is that whenever they select that person are loyal and honest, that first thing, that person will have a commitment with them for at least 3 years. If they are hiring person from outside of Canada, okay, definitely employer is looking for a long term relationship, because hiring employees from outside of Canada, it's really expensive, long process, and it's really stressful process. So if employer looking to hire employees from outside of Canada, then definitely they will look that if they are hiring, they hire right candidate, and that candidate will stay with them for longer period of time. That's important, that once people come to Canada, once candidate comes to Canada, employer will support for their permanent residency goal also, for sure. Okay, but they will not start, mostly they will not start their permanent residency unless and until you have spent a considerable amount of time with your employer. So suppose you get a job as a chef, right? You are very well qualified chef, and you are meeting all the requirement, you have good IELTS, and when before you come to Canada, you also meet your eligibility for express entry, and you just need employment offer to bump up your CRS point. So that job offer will give you 50 additional point, and you become eligible to apply under express entry if you are meeting the CRS point. At that time, if you get a job offer and you start working in Canada, the first month, if you ask me to please submit my PR application, we will not do it, because employer will not support uh, your paperwork right away, because employer want you to work for him for at least 1.5 2 years, at least 1.5 years, to support you for permanent residency. They will not deny to support you, they will definitely support you, but you have to give your commitment, you have to be loyal with him, you have to have some considerable amount of time spending with him for his organization, show your how helpful you are, and then they can support you for everything. They are very nice employers in Canada. They are very cooperative, very nice, very look fair to their employees. They treat their employees as their family. That's what I have experienced. There are lots of employers, they are really nice. If you work nicely for your employer, if you work, you have commitment, you if you have dedication for your work, employer also have so much of dedication for you, commitment for you, and that's a really win-win situation for you and your employer. So whenever you come to Canada, do not like expect anything, but do not expect anything about your permanent residency. You will get all the terms and conditions, they will follow all the terms and conditions, you get very well paid, you get all the hours. But if you want to have a PR right away, it's going to be a little tough. So do not expect anything. If you have this thing in mind, if you know like how you are going to work for employer for a little bit longer time, then definitely it's easy for you to get a job. So this is the key. Okay, you give your commitment to employer, and then it's going to be little easy to get a job. So this is again, this is uh, hospitality job in Canada. It's really very rewarding, because I have seen people who started their career as a dishwasher in Canada a few years back, and now that person is owner of the restaurant, or they are working in a corporate field of that restaurant. So there is always a uh, upgrowing graph for your career, the hospitality, but you need to have a dedication. I have also seen person who have just started their career as a server. Now he is a director of operations for that company. So it's a really rewarding career. Besides this, besides the jobs in hotels or restaurant, there are also, we can see how rewarding it is. There are lots of celebrity chefs, and they have commitment towards their profession, and they are reaching at the next level. So always there are you are now, that's lots of people, they are watching this, they are at the age of 23, 24, they are very young age. Okay, going forward, this hospitality industry will give you a lots of things. Okay, but only thing is that there are lots of people, if they have done hospital management, they quit because they don't, they don't survive in that, initial stage. They think it's really hard work going to work for 12, 14 hours a day, and then come back again, and next day same thing. There is no changes, uh, no growth, so they quit. I want you to like stay in the field, okay, and look for the better opportunities all the time, and that will really help you. So this is really rewarding career. There are challenges you are facing. There is no personal life, going for long hours, and then there are a low pay, and then the expenses are rising, and then you have burden from your family, then you have pressure from your family. Then at this time, there are definitely challenges for everyone in hospitality. Is Everybody is facing this at this initial stage, but um, then there is a again, you have to find a right place, so that will help. Now, what is the right place? Canada is the right place. I'll When you see that there is lots of difficulties in India, I'll tell you something about Canada. how canada actually uh, how Canada actually treating their workers. Okay, Canada is a really developed country, and they have 10 provinces. Each province, they have each province, they have their own labor law, and the labor law protect their workers in Canada. So this is very important. This is really ongoing question I have, that how I will be get like benefits from working in Canada. So this topic will cover that. This labor law protect, first of all, with the minimum wages. Like every worker, they have a right to get a minimum wage. In Alberta, currently there are $15 is minimum wage, and there are different provinces, they have minimum wage standard. So whenever you work, you will definitely get protected by minimum wage. That's the first thing. That's a really good standard. You have to get paid fairly for the job you have completed in Canada. That's one thing. Second things, hours. Okay. Now, I'll just give an example how things work. I'll just talk about Alberta because I'm living in Alberta, so I will explain it a little bit more how things work. You are allowed to work 8 hours a day. Okay, for sure. Okay, that's your shift. The employer will give you shift 1 weeks ahead, and then you can work accordingly. You will get 8 hours. If this is, again, there are protection for employers also. If they don't have a lot of business, they can reduce your hours, but normally you get 8 hours. And then once you complete your 8 hours, and if you start working overtime from ninth hour, whatever your rate of pay, you will get 1.5 times extra overtime rate. Okay, on that day, if you work on ninth hour, you will get additional pay. If you work 40 hours a week, suppose, in Alberta, like in Alberta, if you work 44 hours a week, so then 45th hour in a week is again overtime rate. So this is how you get protected. You will get overtime 1.5 times extra if you work in the field of your job. So this is, again, first of all, you get protected with the minimum wage. Secondly, you also get overtime paid if you work additional hours in your shift. Now, besides that, you also have a stat holidays. After 90 days, you will eligible to get a stat holidays. Normally, when we come from India, we see we work for 12, 12, 14 hours. Then when we come to Canada, and if you work 8 hours, that's just really relaxing, really good for us, because then we have a little bit more extra time for our personal life. Okay, here the restaurants normally close at 9 o'clock, in the 9 p.m. Okay, so 9:30 you can come home. That's, again, you can spend time with your family. It's not like India, we close 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, at midnight, and then you come home at 1 o'clock, and then it's very tough. You don't see your family, and then you go back again. So it's not like that. They have, like, the structure is this way, that you can spend more time with your family. So this is, again, very good benefits we get if we work in Canada. Then I wanted to tell you about work culture. There are employer who are always very, very cooperative with you. If you need any documents, if you need any assistance, they will give you. If they think you are well, doing good job, they give you promotion too. It's a fair policy here. Employer always very fair with this policy. In India, if you wanted to have a promotion, sometimes promotion takes 8-10 years. The next level you in Canada, as I told you, I started as a cook, and then in 6 years I reached up to the chef level. Like I started as a first, like I started as a first cook. I started as a first cook. I started as a first cook, then I become demi chef de partie, then I become chef de partie, and go on. So this is the how, and then this is you get a job for, you get a promotion according to your job. Okay, so there are challenges, and then there are the rewarding career also. So one thing, if you keep working in India, you will remain there only. You will remain, there is not much growth. But if you come to Canada, then definitely there is a growth. So I want you to consider Canada. If you are meeting the eligibility requirement, then we can help you to find a job for you in Canada, with we will schedule interview, and we can definitely communicate with you regarding this. There are definitely a lots of opportunity. Now, one thing. Now we were only talking about you. We were only talking about the candidates who are, hospitality workers in India. Now, I wanted to talk briefly about the employers in Canada. Now, employ in Canada, Canada is a country. It's really struggling with the labor shortage since long time. It's not today because of COVID. It's not today because of pandemic. It's since long time. Canada is struggling with labor shortage because the population of Canada is low. Canada is the second largest country in the world, so it's a huge country and less population. And to keep their growth development on, they need immigrants. So that's the reason Canada's immigration policy are very flexible and very positive towards immigrants. So labor shortage is ongoing issue there. Even they, whatever employees they have currently, some people don't show to work, or whatever existing employees they have, they leave the job, and then labor shortage, labor turnover ratio is become high. So it's all ongoing issue with employers in Canada, and that's what your opportunity are. Because employer are struggling, they are looking for a right talent, and they are not finding a right talent. They get a lots of resumes. Sometimes people are underqualified, sometimes people not loyal, sometimes people they come and they work for 2 days and they go. So there is ongoing issues, and then that's your opportunity for you. So you, according to what employer is looking for, you have to make sure you mold yourself accordingly. So you have to get all education and develop your personality, and you show your employer, your prospective employer, that you are eligible to complete this job. This is all you. So we will have a question and answer about this. Now this is just the information I wanted to give you, that there are lots of opportunities. Once you have things, once you have things, then definitely you have qualification, then definitely you can try it. Take, if everything goes right, it takes 6 to 8 months to come to Canada. We can help you for every single thing. Our office here in Calgary, we have lots of people here who's attending this session are through the references. So they get a references from other people who came to Canada through us. So it's very easy for understand the procedure. But again, there are few people, they are newly joined, they are looking for a new opportunities. They can find out my website, and they can Google us, and they can also see our updates on YouTube regularly. So we will talk about question answer you have. I'm going to read the questions, and then we can answer those. It's almost 30 minutes done on this session, so we will have next 10-15 minutes for question answer, and I will read the question, and then I can answer it right away. So uh, i have I have also, in comment box, I have mentioned the I have put one link for the form. So if you have any question, if you are not putting your question here, you can also send your question through this link, so we can get it on, and our staff will communicate back to you. So Jubir Hussain say hi sir. Jubir Hussain say okay sir. Okay. Kiran Ranch, good morning Santosh sir. Pankaj Patil, higher hospitality, which organization or which city we get opportunities? Okay, Pankaj. So we have different organizations. I cannot reveal this name right now because I do not get any permission from those organizations. But however, we have a recruitment agency license for province of British Columbia, province of Alberta, and province of Saskatchewan. So we are authorized to recruit hospitality workers in these three provinces. I can provide you job in Vancouver, Calgary, Regina, Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Banff, Canmore, Lake Louise, Jasper. So those are the cities I normally have my employers, and there are small cities around those big cities. So small towns around these big cities, we can place you. There are corporate companies also we have tie up with. We also have tie up with individual restaurants. So it's a mix employment opportunities. So it all depend on, we will, if you are qualified, we will communicate with those employers, and then if we are getting a positive reply, we will communicate with you. In that time we can give you specific in particular information, what is the employer, which is the location, what would the payroll. uh, Vishal Sharma, sir, I don't have my salary slip, but okay. So Vishal, I think you are working in Canada, or you are, sir, I don't have my salary slip, but I have more than 9 years experience. How I can apply? Is there any other way where we don't need salary slip? Okay, if you don't have salary slip is very important. I will explain you what I need to come to Canada. I need your bank statement showing salary deposit. I need your salary slips. I need your letter from employer. I need your tax document. I need your duty and responsibility. Those documents I need. If you don't have salary slip, then your bank showing salary deposit, bank statement showing salary deposit definitely will work for me. um, Pradeep Kumar says, hello sir, how you search job for work permit? You apply through portal or you have the employer ready? So Pradeep Kumar, hello sir. How you search job? So what happened? We have a network with the employer. Employer come to us and tell this, okay, they have this position vacant, and then we have a candidates list. Okay, so once any employer come to us and show that, tell us, okay, we need a restaurant manager, two restaurant manager, two supervisors, and three cooks. So we see in our database and see who's meeting the qualification, and then we will communicate, and we will send those qualified people's resume to employer, and the employer will shortlist. Once the employer shortlist, then we will communicate back to the candidate and saying that, okay, there will be the interview, you have to go for the interview. So we don't do with employer portal. Okay, this is not something government is involved right now at this moment. At the initial stage, we help as a company, help to you to find a job, to find the right employer. We will provide your resume, your portfolio to employer, and then you can get it on. So Pradeep, I okay, Vishal Panghavane, I have 3 years of work experience and I have a job offer letter and subject also, but I don't have a bank statement for of my salary slip. So we will talk about you, Vishal. We will communicate with you. If you don't have bank statement, then I might not able to help you, because it's very important for me to see you have bank statement. We will talk about this. Will employee get paid for the weekly off? Kiran saying, will employee get paid for the weekly off? So it is not a salaried position. Mostly this position is hourly basis. So whatever hours you work, you get paid for. So weekly days off, you don't work, you don't get paid. So that's normally work. So definitely you will not get paid for the weekly off, but you definitely get a full, once you get a full-time hour. Suppose you work for 14 hours per week, and if you have around 16 dollars $18 per hour, then you see how much you are making, and you get paid for that. So you will not get paid for weekly off. Sangamitra Pradeep Kumar. Hi, sir. How to come Canada as a manager? So we can see manager position definitely. If we have on a, if you are hospitality industry and if you are looking for a manager position, if you have 3 years experience, if you have related education, and if you have good IELTS, send your resume, and we can forward your resume, forward your portfolio to employer, and then we can definitely schedule your interview if you are meeting the requirement of job being offered, and then we can go ahead. Now, in this session, I was telling you about portfolio. Now, I wanted to let me explain you how portfolio work, how portfolio is very, very important. Okay, when I was searching for a job, when I was working with Hotel Holiday Inn, then that time in 2004, 2003, 2004, 2003, 2004, there were no smartphone, and there were no that much of internet availability. So it's very tough, and then there is no online application processing. You have to really go to the agents. I was living in Pune. I have to reach out to the agents in Mumbai personally. It's not on the phone, it's not online. I have to always, if there is an interview, I have to physically go for the interview and come back. So it was very tough for me to go and approach, because the traveling distance and expenses are going to be very high that time. So what I did, I prepare very good portfolio of mine, and that process and that's a portfolio thing we are continuing at my office till now. It's really helpful. So we see whatever culinary competition I have worked, like I have done, whatever achievement I had, whatever best employee of the month awards we got from my employer, then my education qualification. So I make really nice portfolio with a lots of good pictures, my achievements, my culinary skills. I put in a nice folder, and that portfolio I took to the employer. The first interview, my first interview with Norwegian Cruise Line. So I take my portfolio with them. I present them. It was nicely presented, and I got selected right away. So how you present yourself and in the interview with portfolio, that really help. And we have this process here, continuing our process here. So if we communicate with you, if you start working with us, we will help you to make your portfolio, and that's your marketing tool. You market yourself to the potential employer. So that's really, really important that we will work for the portfolio. So we will explain you how this work. So I'm getting a more questions here. So Kiran saying, Abhinav, okay. Kiran Ram saying, okay, thanks for the information. One more question. My file is under process with you. Can I resign and go to India, as I have some pending works there? Okay, so I will never recommend people to resign the job unless and until we get visa approved. So please do not resign, because whatever job you have, that always have a value. Your current job really help us. If you are working currently, it will really help us to get your visa approved. Okay, so again, if there is an emergency, then you can go home. We can still manage that. If you're unemployed, if you're having 3 years experience, that's okay. If you remain unemployed because of some emergency, then you can definitely resign and go. We can if you remain unemployed, then I can definitely help you to get visa process done. But unless and until it is not that emergency, I want you to stick to the current job. That will really help us to get this process faster and smoother. So in case, like, if you wanted to go, definitely go, but that will not impact your process in two. But I ask you to please avoid this kind of scenario. Get your visa approved. Once you get your Canada visa approved, there will be some days you will be having. You can go complete your whatever the task you have to done, uh, need to be done, and then you can come. That's not a problem. We can give some time before you join to Canadian employer. I hope, Kiran, that help you to understand. Akshay Sharma, will 1 year seriously put work? I can show my offer letter. Already spoke to someone from your team, but still didn't get a response. So normally we don't expect to have 1 year salary slip only. If you have more, that still be okay. But it's again all depend upon your eligibility. I have to see overall eligibility also. That's only salary slip is the not factor for visa approval. So if you are missing some salary slip, if there are other documents that shows that you work with the employer, then that will really help us. So we can tell you according to the situation. I will ask my staff to get back to you on this. So Vishal Singh, sir, there is any alternative document for bank statement? So there are different alternative documents for the bank statement, but as I told you last time also, it's easy to get a letter from employer even if you don't work. There you can still able to get a letter from the employer, and that don't work. So normally at other agents, other consultant, they may accept you with only with the letter, but at our company we don't really accept the document whatever we looking for. We are very strict about that because getting LMIA and having this procedure, it takes really time, and then I don't want you to have a less document. So fix your documentation, and then we can definitely help you. Sir, I have experience in manufacturing company as associate officer in manufacturing company with warehouse experience as well as back office work in SAP. So any chance now SAP SAP whatever you do, it's IT related. So we don't really go into that, but warehouse I can definitely help you with the warehouse experience. We can find out some companies that really need warehouse supervisor or warehouse manager that help you. Your question is you have if you have any chance, so then definitely at the warehouse level at my company can help you for warehouse position for sure. Send us the resume and then we can go ahead see what are the availability. There are this job really required, it's a really high in demand job, warehouse supervisor or warehouse manager. So there is definitely vacancies, and then there are definitely some some options for you. Kush Arora, hi, I don't have my bank statement, but I have my offer letter, salary slip, and job experience letter. So, Kush, that's the reason I'm telling you that salary slip, salary slip, along with the bank statement, have a more weightage on the application. So, I recommend to have a bank statement. If you don't have, then still send me the document. Let me see how things are. And then there are without bank statement also I have done application and we got approval. Okay, but I have to see what are the scenario in that. Kush, you cannot like still apply for, yeah, you can apply for visa, but again I recommend you to apply with proper documentation. That will really help us. Sang Mitra Pradeep Kumar, hi, I started my process with you. I need to give 4 month notice to my current employer. Would be that ideal time to put a resignation? What would be the ideal? So you have to give 4 month notice to your employer. Is going to be very difficult for employer in Canada who's giving you job offer. So, and unless and until you don't get visa approval, I don't ask people to resign the job. So there is a way you have to talk to your employer and find out if they can reduce that notice period time from 4 months to 2 months. That will really help. See, if you are coming to Canada, you have to also see your employer in Canada. They are processing, they also need you as soon as possible. If you are taking so much of long time, employer may not help you to get a new job. So that is the obstacle. You might have to get selected by the employer. So talk to your employer in India, try to find out and figure it out, make that job resignation period a little bit lesser. So that will really help you and employer in Canada. So this is really interactive session till now. What is the open letter? Uh, Ranjit Kunti, I don't get you what you're saying. What is the open letter? I don't get that question. Can you repeat again, please? So, and then Kush, I'll skip that question right now. If Ranjit send me another question, I can reply. Okay, Kush Arora. Sir, my work experience is in Dublin. Okay, I've been to Dublin. Basically, I see it's really beautiful city. So my work experience is in Dublin, and when I left, I had to choose. I have to close my bank account. There are They now are not helping me out with it. Can I get any other document from my employer in Dublin? Okay, so bank always, if you close, you can request them, send them an email, say you need a bank statement. They will definitely give you. I have seen even after closing the bank account, the bank are able to get you the bank statement. So if not, then we will discuss about you, Kush. What are the chances? What are the documents, alternate document we can get? We can see your other experience and their document also, and then we can give you an alternate for that. Any other question? I'll just recap this one again by the time if somebody is giving me um, questions. So, okay, thank you so much, sir. I thank you, Kush. Uh, so basically, I'll give you my introduction again. Like I was in Pune for until the age of 23, 24. Then I've been to cruise ship. I worked there as an assistant cook. Then I came to Canada. I started working as the first cook, and then in 2014 I started my immigration company. We have our YouTube channel. This is the YouTube channel where we keep a lots of information. I'm still learning a lot. This is what I have started just now. Okay, so I'm trying to learn and I try to understand the concept, how to present myself. So I'm still learning, and if we like if we have anything, you can immediately contact me or email me or message me, and I can make more videos on the topic you are interested in. We have Facebook page, we have Instagram page, we have Twitter, we have Google account, so you will get a lot of information about my company if you want. There are lots of, we don't do advertising of our company. We get most of the clients from our referral. Since last 7 years, we have get more than 4 5,000 candidates, people to Canada. So we have a very huge client base, and normally we get more business, repeated business from our existing clients. And normally, what if we wanted to hire someone, if we wanted to help to get a job in Canada, normally we double check the references. So normally anybody who come without references, we normally don't not willing to go ahead with them unless until they have very exceptional career background. But again, if you come with the references, we give a priority and we can help you. It's not, I'm not discouraging for people who's watching this first time without reference. I can still help them if they are meeting the criteria. But again, references, if, because this is, again, this is completely based on trust. My company work in Canada, you are living in India, so there is lots of things, there are lots of fraudulent activity going on around the world. So if you come with the references, that's going to be very comfortable for me to work with you, and it's going to be very comfortable for you to work with me because we work with the references. That's important. uh, One more question: as process takes more than 6 months, does employer waits for so long, or he may hire locally someone in between this process? We try to hire locally throughout the process, but it's very difficult to find people locally, like skilled people especially. Okay, so they try to hire people, but again, if he selected you and you are going to have a commitment for next 2 3 years, definitely he will wait for you until the process complete. He will not replace you with other candidate. That's my commitment to you. If somebody select you, then they will wait for your process to complete. So that's a good news. Madan Singh says, without IELTS, without English, can I apply for a chef job? Yes, you can apply for a chef job without English. You can apply, but my company standard, my recruitment agency standard is we always take IELTS for the job. I have helped people from like Indian people who's in Japan, Korea, Germany. I help them without IELTS. Okay, but people who's coming from India, I keep IELTS mandatory because they will need IELTS to do your assessment at English assessment at the visa processing center. Sir, I have 8 years experience in kitchen. I want to apply for Canada, but I have less funds. So fund is not a problem. We don't need funds. Uh, Coming to Canada, you don't require any fund. Coming to Canada for work permit, you don't need fund. We do not charge for LMIA. We do not charge for the recruitment. We do not charge for the employment offer. We do not charge for the job. Right? Our charges are reasonable. If you are very well qualified and if you don't have funds, then we are the only company who, there are lots of people, we don't even charge them anything. If they are qualified, we help them for free. Okay, this is the only company. But again, this is my business. Unless and until I see, if you are financially well, then you have to pay my work permit fees, like work permit processing fees. Those are again reasonable charges, and we can help you with that. But again, if you are really struggling with the funds and if you are very well qualified and if you get selected, you, the immigration fees, immigration related work processing fees, what we are looking for, you can pay afterwards too. That's a, we can put up option like that. So it's not like uh, you don't have fund. It's not. When I came from the very middle class family. I didn't have fun to come to Canada, or I didn't have fun to go to USA when I go on a cruise ship. Okay, there are people help me a lot, right? And then I giving back to the community. So it's not like there are lots of people. In last 7 years, I don't charge even them. I see the financial bad situation, and I do it for them. So don't worry, Madan. Just send me your resume, and I can see. Hi, sir. Indian Gaming Buddy. Hi, sir. Yes. Tell Mr. Indian Gaming Buddy. I can see what you have to say. Abhinav. Sir, my wife is in MSc as well as. Thank you, Madan. Sorry, I skipped Abhinav Singh because Madan Singh comment immediately pop out. So sorry. Okay. Let's see. Abhinav Singh, Mr. Abhinav Singh. Sir, my wife is MSc, Master in Science, as well as B.Ed in Math, and she's working as a higher school technician international school. Is there a chance for getting PR? Okay, so this topic is currently for the job opportunities. This is the really in-depth topic for permanent residency. So we will talk in detail about that. We will have more sessions, upcoming session on YouTube, interactive sessions, and we can discuss about this soon. But we will talk about today only for the work permit. Okay, that's thing. Okay, getting job in Canada. Now there are lots of people. Now there are people who are here with me. They are processing applications through us. Okay, but they have experience also. They try to get a job before they come to me. They apply. They try to apply for Canadian employer. When they send the resume, nothing coming back from them. Okay, so sorry for that. So there were people who are coming, who are applying by themselves. There are lots of opportunities in Canada. When people apply for a Canadian job, they don't get reply back from employer. The reason is that if some position open, employer get tons of resume, and when your resume also, if they get your resume also, it might be not happening to that they see your resume. It's happening a lot with a lots of people. So that's why even if you are very well qualified, you don't get reply back. Okay, so for that, the first option is go through a recruitment agency, because they will put your resume in front of employer, and employers look that resume. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you have any relative in Canada, any friend in Canada, any batchmate, classmate in Canada, you go through them. Okay, talk to the employer. You have to reach out to the employer anyhow. So go through recruitment agency, go through me or any other recruitment agency, or go through your friends. You have to get your resume in front of your employer, prospective employer, and there are the chances, then there are the chances that you will get reply back. So there are lots of people who apply for a job not getting a reply, and then they get discouraged and disappointment with this there. So avoid this. So use, like, work smartly, find out the way to reach to the employer quickly, and this will help. Okay. Uh, so there, she is saying, is there any chance for hoteliers? Yes, there is a chance for hotelier. This is the session for hotelier. Now, what do you mean hotelier? You wanted to work in a restaurant or hotels, or you wanted to open a restaurant or hotel? So I don't get you what kind of question it is. Please a little bit more specific, so I can see what we can talk about. This is really interactive session. I really like to have this kind of session in future for sure. Um, I think we can have 5 more minutes before we end this session. We will keep it. As I don't think so. I have missed something. The main problem, the main problem Canadian employer is facing currently is find the right talent. Okay, it's very tough to find a right talent because hospitality professionals, the basic of our hospitality professionals are very, they are their study is equivalent to MBA, and then their work is again any supervisor job also. The job is they're doing, it's kind of stressful job, managerial level job. They have to make a lots of decision on the spot. They have to keep their client happy. In hospitality industry, where keeping the client happy is a task, right? People come with the expectation. They think, especially our in restaurants, people come with expectation, and there are lots of things like you serve them very nicely, and one small thing, like make a mistake, this the chances of they get disappointed. So this is really really tough industry. And then if you work in this situation regularly, you definitely develop yourself. So basically, hospitality background people, they are really you know uh, they're really very very professionally developed themselves, the personality developed. And then this is really good for us to go ahead in future. You can survive in any kind of situation in future. So it's really good profession. So this really helpful for everybody. You'll get definitely. So there, GS hospitality field. Yeah, definitely. We will help you if you are meeting the requirement of job being offered. You have 3 years experience, hospitality, education, and good IELTS. Let me know, and then we can go ahead. At our level, we double check experience. We are very strict about this. If we are saying that 3 years experience we need it, that way we actually go and double check your experience. And if we think you are meeting that, then only we go ahead, because we want people to come to Canada. If suppose I need a continental, suppose I need continental chef, and that continental chef saying he has 3 years experience. So if he's saying 3 years experience, that's what we need. But when we double check, if you don't have 3 years experience, and we get him in Canada, and if he start working in a kitchen, and if he's not even know how to make a white sauce, that employer will complain, and then employer will fire me from his services. So for my protection, I double check the experience. UAE driver license will UAE driver license will work for first 3 months, but within that 3 months, you have to change to the Canadian driver license. Hopefully, all good. Any question? Then we can. I think we can wind up this session. Um, Currently in Calgary, let me check. I'll tell you quick fact about the Calgary. I'm living in Calgary. Calgary is in Alberta, and currently in my phone, let me check how much. What's the temperature? Calgary temperature. I'll show you. Calgary temperature is 26. Now I don't know you can see it or not. It's maybe wrong. So it's minus 26 degrees Celsius in Calgary. It's freezing cold, and it's fun working in Canada. It's always very cold. The Canada uh, in December. Now it's a December. It's a Christmas. It's a Merry Christmas to all of you. Canada, January and February, it's a little bit extreme weather. Sometimes in March, little bit March, but again, rest of the year in Calgary, very nice weather. Okay, very very pleasant weather. Lots of people don't wanted to come to Canada because of the extreme weather conditions. But again, Canada has lots of things to offer. Canada has a good fair policy, good governance, good infrastructure, medical, free medical, free healthcare, free education systems. So there are lots of benefits. That's why people and wanted to come to Canada. There are again lots of uh, good benefits for considering Canada. So basically, I think everybody have come up with the questions. I have answered them also. I thought I would only have 15 minutes for question answer, but we almost have 30 minutes of question and answer. Please follow me on YouTube, subscribe me on YouTube, and thank you, Kiran. Please subscribe me on YouTube, follow me on my Facebook page and Instagram and other social media platform for regular updates. And we will, and I will have every week live streaming on YouTube. Live streaming I will have on different topic that will really help all of you to understand about Canada. Okay, thank you and have a nice day and Merry Christmas.